Ben here from Kayaks. We're here talking about fit inside a kayak. First thing we need to talk about though is how to adjust the footrest. So we're going to move the camera so you can see that properly. We use a smart track system, and as you can see there's a lever that moves at the bottom of the footrest. As you slide this in and out, you get the footrest to the right length. To lock it in place, drop it down and wiggle it, make sure it's in place. You can adjust this while you're sitting in the boat. So when I climb into the boat, I'm going to adjust this, drop it down into length, and probably just run my fingers along to check that I have the same number of little knobs before I get to the plastic cover at the bottom. The other thing that affects our kayak sitting position is our backrest. If our backrest is too tight, then we can't rotate. If it's too loose, then it gives us no support. Basic fit in a kayak though is very much up to people's personal preference. Some people like to be really tight, some people like to be really loose. But we'll talk about a fairly generic all-round fit. So here we go, climbing into the boat. I'm just going to sit on the back deck. I'm going to slide myself in. The first thing I'm looking for is a comfortable bend in the knees. In this style kayak, a lot of folks will have their knees out to the side, tucked up underneath the thigh hooks. This is a thigh hook, it's not a knee hook, so the goal is to try and get as much leg underneath it as possible. I then reach under. It's often easier with the opposite hand, where I might get my foot at a comfortable bend, so the footrest is resting on the ball of my foot. I've adjusted this one where I like it. I've adjusted this one where I like it. I'm now going to check they're the same so I don't go round and round in circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I'm finding this just a little snug now. I've got them both in place. It's pushing the back of my seat against the back of the seat. So I'm just going to move it down one notch. The advantage of moving it down one notch is it leaves a little space under the knee. That space means that when I rotate, I can pump my knees and not be totally locked into my boat. If my knees can pump up and down, that means my seat can move in the seat a little bit. The reason why I don't want the backrest too tight. Nice comfortable bend in the knees. Often if the kayak is too big, you have to build the knees down using some foam or stuff like that. And if the kayak is too small, then your legs are stuck anyway, and that makes it pretty hard to paddle properly, and it makes it fairly uncomfortable on the lower back. If that's the case, you probably won't enjoy kayaking for long. So I would recommend making sure that you have enough space for a comfortable bend in the knees. Have a sit in the kayak comfortably.